All right, so yeah, fruit fly got in, and I left some bananas out. So guess what I was playing with this morning? Anyway, yeah, someone mentioned, I think it was PG, Positively Godless, mentioned this video. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's sarcastic. But there's a few things I do have to address. And before I get to the rest of the video that I honestly should have finished yesterday, but I went on some fucking rant because I definitely don't do that. So I did catch Shanny saying that she thinks that me making videos towards G-Man is some secret plot, and that we're somehow in league with one another and some other shit like that. No, that's you. Why would he be upset with the things that I'm saying if he was in on it? I don't think that he can feign this level of butthurt. No, he's still I still have his numbers blocked, and I'm pretty sure he has mine. I'm still blocked on quite a few of his channels, so no, Shanny, you just making up things because it's convenient for you is not the case. So just saying. There's something else. Oh, so yesterday I was like, G-Man took down the videos. Gosh darn it, why you do that? Evidently, Sabella told him it's the best thing to do is just to take down the videos. They are pretty bad videos. They're not a really good representation. If somebody like a new viewer like Captain Crunch sees them, they might get the wrong impression. Actually, I've not seen Captain Crunch around after we talked to him. It's unfortunate. But anyway, so I wanted to definitely rectify that. But we got the videos anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to play this minute-long video, and then I wanted to play a little bit of his health and wellness video because I actually didn't watch it. I played a little bit of it when it first went live, and I was like, okay, he's talking about bullshit again. But Doc Savage had actually left a comment on that video that you can't see. You can actually see it says one comment, but since G-Man blocks everyone because he's sensitive, you can't see that Doc Savage is actually trying to recommend that he, cover topics. So it's kind of hard to get feedback from people when you block everyone because you're sensitive. Just a pro tip: if you want feedback, you kind of can't censor people from giving you said feedback. I'm not sure what's, and I'm looking for Doc Savage's actual message. I'm not sure what's confusing about that. That it seems interesting when he knows most of his audience aren't believers in crust, but he wants feedback from his audience, but he blocks said audience from giving him feedback that he desires. I don't understand how. I don't know. It's if you're just as confused as I am, then we're on the same page. And I will actually read off Doc Savage's comment here, since you can't see it because someone's sensitive. Anyway, let's see what this is about, folks.
So, I'm doing something. I'm doing something so naughty and bad. And when he finds out, he's gonna blow a cork more than he blew in his entire life. And I'm gonna laugh and laugh and laugh because this is the ultimate prank vengeance thing ever. And when he finds out, I win the internets. I win the internets when he finds out. Totally gonna win the internets, but I don't know how long it's gonna be before it catches on.
Okay, I have no idea what that's about. Anyway, I maybe I need to pay attention more. I have no idea. So anyway, sir. Oh, before I maximize it here, down here, yeah, you can see one comment, and I'll actually read off what the comment is. It might be laryngitis. Who knows? I think she did say that what it was supposedly from, and I'm not going to repeat it. So Doc Savage says, will you be talking about vaccines and their role in preventative medicine? You could maybe talk about HPV prevention impacting cervical cancer rates and tie in the oncogenic effects of some viruses. It's a really interesting subject. Best wishes, Doc. P.S. I'm really looking forward to your discussion of HIV molecular phylogeny and origins. On that note, look into simian immunovirus, I think SIV, and retroviral zoonosis. So that's what the comment says that you guys can't see. I think, yeah, SIV, simian immunovirus, or simian immune virus. I think that's what that means. So, yeah. So let's listen to a bit. I'm not going to play this whole video. I have actually, where's the other tab? Do I not have the other video? Oh, wait. Nope, okay, nope, yeah, I had it right there. Okay, I was like, where is it? I lost it. No, it's here. All right.
That I'm going to be, and I may change the title of this seminar, but I'm actually looking to do a seminar on health and wellness. I'm talking like between like an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe even longer than that. I haven't done one of these since I got out of college. So, well, I only did a year, but you know what I mean. Like since I stopped going there, like I really on this channel. It is one of the reasons why this channel exists. I did not start this YouTube channel just so I can talk about evolution and Big Bang all the time. So I think it'd give people a good idea what my head is and like what I understand about this particular topic and the topics some of the topics, not all of them, but some of the topics we are going to cover in detail. Meaning, when I say in detail, we're going to get into the science behind these things. We're not just going to just be blah 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 and not getting into the science behind it. So we're going to be talking about nutrition, water. We're going to be talking about fitness. We're going to be talking about genetics. A lot of people keep asking me questions about melanin. I can't even pronounce the word. But by the time this seminar gets here, I'll be able to pronounce it. But we're going to talk about that too.
Okay. I think he's trying to say melanin. So he wants to get into the weeds in this topic with reference to health. Now, if you remember back when he and I had that conversation, that like 4 hour just kind of sit down where he spent half of it ranting about Shanny, and we were actually discussing B17, and I literally walked him through what happens to B17 in the body. Like I gave him the mechanism of action. I gave him the resulting metabolite. I broke it down and went into the molecular biology of what physically happens in your body with B17. Knew nothing about that. Knew nothing, and really couldn't even speak to it because he hadn't done his homework. So maybe, just maybe, he'll drink some water and he'll learn just a little bit about the stuff that he wants to talk about. Because in my mind, if I want to have a discussion on I don't know, anything, I want to look up what it is, maybe what it looks like, how it works, different forms of it. There's a whole process. Right now I'm looking up CAR T-cell therapy. If that's basically, that's designing, or I should say priming your immune system to attack a specific target. So it's like, if you're familiar with what a JDAM is in the military, it was a Joint Defense Attack Missile, I think that stands for. If you're familiar with how JDAMs are built, that's kind of what is being done, just with your immune system. So that's a really ham-fisted explanation of CAR T-cell therapy, but that's my initial impression of it. So I'm nowhere near knowledgeable enough to speak on it the way that I can speak about other things. So I'm going to take a second fucking glance at it, and a third and a fourth, before I start telling people, oh man, this is awesome. It's interesting right now. It's a new avenue of something that I was introduced to. But it's always interesting when G-Man has these undertakings that he wants to go out and he wants to let other people know. And it's like, yeah, the first step would be learning how to pronounce the shit. That's a good step. The second is learning things outside of what you currently think is the case. Now, you'll notice that he tends to guide his education based on what his initial impression is of whatever it is. So if you were to tell him, well, G-Man, if you are going to, because he'll actually say this a little bit later, if you're going to talk about alternative medicine, wouldn't it be pertinent for you to actually learn like mainstream medicine so that when you draw your comparison, you'll know what the hell you're talking about? I mean, that, like, it's no one is really, shitting on him because he's bringing up alternative medicine. It's because he doesn't understand mainstream medicine, and that he wants to compare the two. Well, how do you compare something you don't understand? And quite arguably, when G-Man tries to learn things and then profess what he's learned, it's always this really surface level misunderstanding from a YouTube video he just watched 3 minutes ago, and that he can't digest the information well enough to even understand it himself. But he's going to just, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. So that's the G-Man technique of pedagogy, or pedagogy if you're sexy. So it's like, it's amazing to me because I love seeing him try to teach people things, because it's cute. It's not effective. No one actually learns anything. And it's everyone else's fault because he can't take the time to genuinely learn something. But it's not just G-Man, because I do make fun of G-Man for this, but it's not just him. Our recent friend Aaron Benton tried this with me, staying up late at night trying to come up with a YouTube video to respond to a point that I hadn't actually made, misunderstanding the difference between trisomy 21 and Robertsonian translocation. Well, some of these things might take a little bit to understand because you're grasping on a topic that's within a field that you are not familiar with. So if I jump into, I don't know, how to properly exegete Timothy 1, right? I might want to understand what an exegesis is versus an eisegesis. I might want to understand, what the different, I think there's 3 types of hermeneutical approaches you can use to interpret the Bible. Like, there's certain things that I need to do before actually jumping into that endeavor. But that's not how some of these guys think. They think watching a YouTube video with an opinion that aligns with theirs and simply repeating what they heard is how you teach someone. If you and I want people to actually pay attention to when he does this. When I explain how B17 works to people, I should be able to also field some questions from folks on the dynamics of what actually happens, because people, their initial question is, well, I hear it's poisonous, or I hear it was toxic, or whatever. Poison is not the right term. I hear it's toxic. Why do people say that? I should be able to articulate that to you. If that is my position, that it is toxic, okay? I'm taking on that burden there to substantiate that claim. When G-Man then says that, yes, I understand that he won't say nitrile group, but there's a nitrile group attached to one of the ends of the molecule, of the amygdalin molecule. That particular functional group then acts as a heat-seeking missile for cancerous cells, and it avoids all other cells. He will make a statement akin to that. He has no idea how that works. None whatsoever. But let's reverse that. If I tell you that it is toxic, and I tell you the mechanism of action, that it acts as a competitive inhibitor for cellular respiration, that's me explaining actually what happens. Now, I'm using some terms that people may not be familiar with, but I can explain that. That's not a problem. We can go into the details. We can go into the minutia. That's not a problem. That's the difference between G-Man repeating lines that he's heard and not understanding what the hell he's talking about, and someone explaining in detail because they legitimately understand this aspect of the topic. And that's something that he still struggles with to this day. Him and other people like Aaron Benson, like Sky Out, like a lot of these guys. It actually takes time to learn stuff, and learn it with a certain level of proficiency that you are able to communicate that effectively. Thank you, Heavy Hauler. It's kind of like, I don't know anything about evolution, but let me tell you why it's wrong. Thank you. That's exactly right. He can tell you macroevolution, microevolution. You know, he can make references to Darwin finches and shit like that, but he's not actually going to talk about the genetic aspect of it, because he doesn't know, he doesn't understand genetics. But you actually heard him say that he is going to get into genetics. I can't wait for him to get into genetics. I can't wait, because I know that that's going to be a stumbling block. That's hard for a lot of folks that are in doing the same fucking degree that I'm doing. It's hard for them, and this is their life. So instead of me just being a big old meanie head, what would I suggest? Let me start there. Actually, you know what? Before I go there, let me just play the video. Let him talk, because that's why we're here.
We're gonna talk about the difference between alternative health and the pharmaceutical companies. We're going to be talking about why pharmaceutical health is better. Sorry, not pharmaceutical health. Pharmaceutical methods are better than alternative health in some ways, and why I believe that alternative methods are better than the pharmaceutical industry. We're going to be talking about the laws behind these things. We're going to be talking about vitamins and their function, what vitamins do when they're in our body, minerals. We're going to be talking about macronutrients, micronutrients. We're going to be talking about all of these different things during this particular seminar. And yes, we will be talking about shark liver oil. We'll be talking about shark cartilage. We'll be talking about cod liver oil. We'll be talking about a lot of different things. Again, this seminar is going to last anywhere between 1.5 to 2 hours. Now, the reason why I didn't want to do something like that today is because I want it to be done right. I notice a lot of the videos I do on here are kind of rushed, and I don't take my time and explain certain things. So,
no shit, Sherlock. No shit. Just like when you go live and you tell people that some of the chlorine that's in their drinking water comes out in the shower, and it separates from the water molecules essentially, and then it does damage to your skin, and that's why your skin is dry after a shower. It has nothing to do. Thank you, Good News TV. Like when you say shit like that, those of us who've been in the military and know what chlorine gas may be like, just saying, find that hilarious. It has nothing at all to do with the fact that you don't actually know how soap works. And that the irony when you brought out a piece of soap to teach Shanny how it operates, do you actually know how soap works? I'm just on a molecular level. Do you actually know what soap does? If not, then you might want to start there before you say, well, no, there's chlorine gas coming out of your frickin', shower head, and that you're showering with chlorine gas, even though people use it to kill folks in war. That's cool, but because that definitely happens. That okay. No one's saying that there isn't chlorine in there, but the fact that you said that there's enough of it to somehow be heated, then separated, and then the white smoke that you see isn't from just the water, condensing. No, not at all. That's not the steam produced from the heat of the water. That's the chlorine, even though chlorine gas isn't white. Whatever, right? So, yes, a lot of the stuff you do on here is rushed because you have an opinion and you think it's right. You research, and let me qualify this. You don't research. You look up things that confirm what you already think. That's not research. Research is challenging what you think. Research is going in deeper than the surface level, really cursory understanding of what your initial impression is on a topic. If I want to do research, I look up what the standard quo, the status quo is. What are the standards by which people operate? What are some of the criticisms of those aforementioned things, and then I go from there. And so, okay, yeah, I can identify with that, and that. Oh, I didn't know this, and this. And I present all the information and then go to my impression of it. But that's not how G-Man approaches any academic. Well, a lot of people trying to be academic in that sense. No, you're not. Just don't pretend like this is a platform in which you or anybody else are being academic. It's not. So I do like the fact that he's actually going to take his time and try and do some research. My suggestion would be to really take some time and to split up a series of videos where if you're going to talk about vitamins and minerals, just talk about that. You don't have to go into the fucking conspiracies about artificial vitamins and stuff like that. If you want to educate people on the vitamins that they need, you do some research on, well, it seems in America 60% of Americans are missing vitamin C, whatever, right? You can bring that up, and you can bring up the sources that you have where it's like, these are some great sources for vitamin C that people don't know, yada, 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 yada. That's plenty of education. You don't need the conspiracy shit to go with it. I mean, if you want to sprinkle it in there because, well, you're fucking paranoid, then fine. But don't make that the centerpiece of your conversation, because ultimately that's what ends up happening. You're out here spewing conspiracies. And when I say conspiracies, I'm not talking about actual conspiracies that the government we know have perpetrated. Not that. I'm talking about the weird shit where you're talking about population control, where the government's trying to kill everybody. Bullshit like that. That, because I have to draw that distinction, because then you'll take what I say out of context. Question for G-Man: what's the difference between melanin and melamine? You can't pronounce either, so you don't know. What's the pic? Oh, so this the pic of me squeezing his hand, I have to go and find that. I thought it was on my other laptop, but it's not. I think it got eaten because the program that I have, Screenpresso, eats the last, or eats the first picture when it gets to like maximum of 30 pictures, and so it's on a thumbnail on a few of my videos, so I'll have to definitely go find it and blow it up. So anyway,
I'm gonna plan this, and I don't necessarily want to do it here in this house. The lighting is horrible, and I want to be somewhere where you can all like see me talk about these things. Like I'm thinking about getting in a facility. I'm not sure yet, because when I did a health seminar when I was in my 20s, I believe I did it in a school, if I'm not mistaken. So I actually got to go back to my old childhood school and actually talk about these things. So that was kind of awesome. But I'm not like totally dumb when it comes to like science, and I'm going to prove that in this seminar when we actually talk about these things. I'm going to take a Q&A. As long as the questions are relevant to what it is that we're talking about, I will take a Q&A afterward. So
here's going to be the issue that I foresee with this. And every time he does a Q&A, it's interesting because he doesn't understand what the relevance is in a question. And this is directly tied to his knowledge on the topic. So I'm trying to think of a perfect example. So when we're talking about evolution, right, and you bring up genetics. Now, those of you who aren't biology majors and scientists and whatever can understand right now, just me mentioning, well, there's obviously genetic link between animals, and then that's what you would use to establish their relation, just like you use genetics to establish your relation with other human beings. You understand that. G-Man doesn't get that. Because he has literally no education in genetics, he's going to presume that it's irrelevant. You see how that works? If he hasn't, the scope of knowledge on a topic isn't surrounding what the consensus is in the field. It is solely based on his personal understanding of the topic. And so that makes him the arbiter of what is relevant versus non-relevant. So if there's a point that you have to make and it does not exist in the realm of knowledge that he has currently acquired, you can completely throw that out because he's going to disregard it. He's not going to pay attention to what you have to say. He's not going to look at the evidence. He's not going to, at any point in time, take that seriously because to him, that's a detraction. You're trying to, it's a covert way for you to offer derision towards whatever it is that he thinks that he's doing. And I have to caution people about that, along with trying to make analogies. That's something he doesn't understand either. If you're trying to illustrate something and use an analogy, which most of us do on a day-to-day basis sometimes, that's something that he literally cannot grasp. And people thought I was kidding when I mentioned this years ago. He literally doesn't understand analogies. Even now, when you ask him about analogies, he will actually get excited because now he's pegged you as a troll. He knows that you got that from me, and so he can disregard it and never actually address the fact that he literally cannot understand analogies. Up until the point that he doesn't understand why that's crippling to him. That should be a bit shocking to folks. Because if you're trying to explain something fairly complex, you'll use an analogy, especially with children. If you have a small child or anyone's familiar with children, you use analogies to help them understand things. Now imagine growing up in this person's whatever, you want to call it a life, not being able to use analogies because he didn't get them. He has nothing can be analogous to anything else. So when he looks up genetics, or what he thinks is genetics, he cannot comprehend homologs. If you go and just type in homologs, is exactly how it sounds. Look up genes that are homologs to other genes. He can't understand that entire concept, and that's just one concept I'm just mentioning as an example. He can't understand that because it involves things being analogous to one another. Think about that. It's sad, but it's interesting at the same time because he'll never be able to get that concept. And so if the point that you're making to him is that, well, we use certain models, zebrafish, mice, whatever, as models for human, and you bring up homologs, well, his brain can't process that. So now it's irrelevant. You see how that works? You have to tailor your refutations, your responses, everything around his limited thinking capacity, which is an ever-changing thing. Because mind you, that standard that he establishes from the onset may simply change because he has a separate one for you and one that he holds to himself that will change as needed. Expatriate says, Dragnat, for some strange reason, there are people who think they are intrinsically experts on biology. Yeah, there's quite a few people that I've encountered who think that they can intuit biology because they're special. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Biology is far more complex than a lot of people really like. It's fascinating how complex things are. Fascinating, but they're just stupid. Like the more that I learn, the more I understand how much I don't know. Once you get to that point, then you have an understanding of a topic. Once, and it doesn't matter what the topic is, if you get to the point where you understand or just have a glimpse on just how much you don't know, that's when the learning occurs. That's where you can start to fill in the gaps. That is where you grow and edify yourself. He's not reached that point because he is under the impression that he is at the or near capacity, and that there are minute things here and there that he can fill in the gaps with, and that's it. Because if you talk to someone who is knowledgeable, who's been in the field 20, 30, 40 years, well, his Google knowledge and his YouTube knowledge, listening to some chick with fruit on her fucking neck, is equivalent to them spending years in the field doing research in a lab, what have you. Because to him, they're equivalent. For whatever reason. I know the reason. Because that standard that I mentioned changes. He can't do that. He can't pay attention. He can't, at any point in time, really rely on rote memorization. So guess what? That standard's going to change based on his capabilities. So he's going to downplay anyone else who may have a higher level of intellect than him. Easy, right? Easy.
I'm going to try to do it where somebody is, because I'm not going to be anywhere near my computer. The way I want to do it is I want to be on stage, or I want to be somewhere where you guys can hear me, and then have a tech guy or something like that. Maybe I'll get Evangelist Ken to do it. And he'll read your questions, and then he'll ask me, he'll tell me what your questions are, and I'll attempt to answer them. Again, I'm going to this issue with genetics. I don't know this topic of genetics as well as some others here online, but for what we're going to be talking about, like how illnesses are passed down, I'm going to talk about what I know. I'm going to stay as far away from things I don't know nothing about. So, regarding
well, that's good. He's only going to go as far as his knowledge, his current knowledge base is. That's a smart move. That is a very smart move. What's interesting is that he won't actually do that. And I say that because if you are going to talk about, let's say, okay, give it perfect. Oh, actually, you know, this is perfect. Let's go back to B17. Now it's okay. Well, drag. What does this have to really do with B17? Well, if we're talking about B17 and its ability to, can someone put the link to Discord in there? If we're talking about B17 and its ability to specifically target cancer cells, well, that is going to involve genetics. It's inevitably going to involve genetics. Anytime you talk about cancer, it's going to involve genetics. When you make claims, especially in biology or chemistry, there has to be a mechanism of action, specifically pharmacokinetics. If you're not familiar with pharmacokinetics, just look that up. When you are discussing how a drug or medicine interacts with the body on a biochemical level, it's not just magic. There's not magic involved in that. You know, you have to be able to demonstrate what this thing is doing, how it's interacting, and what's influencing all those systems. I mean, it's incredibly complex. I can't overstate that. But for him, he will talk about B17, even though he knows little to nothing about chemistry. And essentially, that if we want to just have a broad heading of the field that he wants to rely on here, you can say pharmacology. If you want to put an even wider blanket on it, you can just say chemistry. He knows absolutely fucking nothing about that. But you will see him continuously discuss the supposed pharmacokinetics of B17. So it's weird. On the one hand, he'll say, well, I'm not going to get to this topic. But on the other hand, well, he doesn't make Kool-Aid in the lab. Weird, huh? Somebody was saying, Drag, if he's only going to talk about what he knows, why is he talking at all? Thank you. That's the point that I'm making. Thank you. So we're going to hold off on this. G-Man, quit being a bitch and stop blocking everybody. There's people who actually want to leave comments on this, and they want you to discuss things, and I said it earlier. But anyway, let's get back to topic du jour, some shit like that. And I see JD Kane's alive. What's JD Kane doing? Is he running his test? You running your test, JD? Things not said earlier. Okay, yeah, he's listening to me, and okay, he's getting his shit working. Oh, by the way, you didn't know, Talking Shit Tuesday today. So he's getting Streamlabs up, getting all this stuff together. So you can go give him feedback on just the arrangement of things and stuff and things and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. I had to get all my whatnots out and whatnot. Gotta get them all out. All right.
No, thank you. Big mama, big mama. You definitely right. You're definitely big mama. That is for sure. You're definitely big mama. Let me show you what I mean by that, guys. Hold on a minute. Let me show you what I mean by big mama. Hold on. 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show you what I mean by big mama. Give me a second here. I mean, when your panties are this big, actually, these are kind of small. Hold on a minute. Just give me a second here, guys. Hold on. Hold on a minute. This is kind of small. Hold up. I'll show you this back scratcher. This will make more sense. So most of you know where to get one of these at. You can go to like Dollar Tree or Dollar General to get one of these things and whatnot, right? Yeah, this is about the size of her panties before you stretch them, I think. Yeah, so that's a really big woman. Now look at my head here, guys. Check that out. Check that out. That's gross.
He measured her underwear.
Oh man. I'm never gonna forget the time that woman was so desperate that she would have married that she would have married a pedophile if a pedophile would have been available, because she couldn't be alone and whatnot. She was that desperate. like she was looking for bums on the street and they didn't even want her, but she got Rev. Go figure. Let me see something here. I'm not imagining how big her panties are. That's how big they are. I've seen them. Did you not pay attention? Did you not pay attention to what I've been saying in this video? You mean marry you? What are you guys saying in this live chat here? What I should do is because mind you, like I said, Shanny cheated on Chris, just like Chris cheated on her. And why people are not pointing this out, I don't know. Like, ask her when did they have the phone sex? Because you all got the video saved, right? And you can show her the time frame. Ask as a matter of fact, you also had the video on my YouTube channel yesterday, which he basically repeated over and over and over again. Well, where a YouTuber made it repeat over and over and over again that she had phone sex with Revelation News while she was still married to Chris. That makes her an adulterer. But she wants to sit there and get on poor Chris for sleeping with your best friend. You should have kept your best friend out of your house. If you wasn't so blind and dumb and eating so many donuts and Twinkies and all that Chinese food and eating eating an entire buffet for breakfast and whatnot, if you wasn't so busy doing that, you might have noticed that he wasn't paying you no mind and was checking.
Oh man, that's victim blaming there, man. Oh my goodness. Someone throw up the virtue signal. Like, it is. Now, that's fucked up. That is just genuinely fucked up. And whatnot. Like, you can that, like, Beyonce has been cheated on. Beyonce of all people has been cheated on. Halle Berry has been cheated on. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It does not matter how good you look. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Somebody will cheat on you. But I see that that's something that you don't get. I mean, you don't have any stable relationships, so of course you wouldn't know that. It does not matter. Now, if Shanny looked like that before Chris got with her, Do you really think her getting fatter was going to really impact their marriage? Like, let's be real with that. He knew how she looked. He knew her eating habits. He knew a whole hell lot. Like the same shit that you're making fun of her about. He knew that. So that wasn't the catalyst for like, because I am curious. I am genuinely curious, and I think it has more to do with their actual relationship, like her ability to communicate, which you could arguably say is almost non-existent, or erratic, or there's a lot of things you can say about that. That's where I think the issue came in. Had nothing to do with her fucking size. Like, if she went from a fucking aircraft carrier to a destroyer, like that, it doesn't really matter. He knew, he was aware, he fed her, so he knew exactly what the deal was. He's probably a fucking feeder himself. So, him, like, and I saw the girl that he cheated on her with. That really wasn't an upgrade. It's like, I mean, if you want to go from a monster truck to a Tonka toy, fine, but it's still a fucking truck, right? But so if you're going to make these insults, at least make them stick, make them relevant, because now you're just grasping at straws, and it just seems really just sad. It's just sad, G-Man.
Checking out your best friend. Oh, Shanny, did I hurt your feelings? Hey, Shanny, let me replay what you guys said about me earlier, and let's compare and contrast that to my little rant on my YouTube channel to show you how weak these two people are and why they're not even like. Sometimes I wonder why I even waste my time talking to this woman when like only two people listen to her. Hold on a minute.
We talked on the phone. Yeah, and see that this is where the phase two. I was going to say husband. Excuse me, husband thing comes in. Now Chris would be like going crazy and being like, I don't know, looking for another angel or something. I'm not feeling that way right now.
What, you're not feeling on cheating on me? But according to Chris, that is an emotional affair.
How is that emotional?
Y'all had phone sex.
How is that an emotional affair?
You should be cheating on me, Jason, because of that.
I don't want to.
Sorry, that was a low blow.
I don't want to.
Good. I don't want you either to do that.
Exactly.
Please don't.
Right. So,
But I'm supposed to respect this fool as having a water brain? Oh, no. Now that I'm glad that he's back to normal, it's time to have some fun with Rev News.
And whatnot.
Some really mean videos I'm going to be making about him soon. That's all I got to say.
I'm still with. I mean, maybe.
Okay, so I guess you forgive me with my emotional affair with G-Man.
I know what it is.
What? Yeah, G-Man, you better be training hard for your marathon running so you can run away from the popo.
Oh, I'm definitely training hard for my marathon. I actually ran one. When are you actually going to start doing some exercising and losing some of them and losing a leg or something like that? Because, woman, you are way too big.
Like, wait, exercising and losing, that's not, I don't think that's how exercise works, G-Man. I'm just going, I'm no exercise expert, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to lose limbs when you exercise. But maybe I've not done it in a while. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just rusty. I don't know.
I don't know when they're going to diagnose you with diabetes or whatever, but it's coming soon.
You better make sure you know how to run from running away from the popo. You fucking psychotic.
Yeah, you can call me psychotic. I didn't try to kill myself when I found out my husband tried to cheat on me.
I'm sure G-Man would take it much better if his husband cheated on him.
No, woman, the only person that's psychotic is you.
Retard. And why are you admitting it is me? And I called the cops on you like 7 fucking times.
And they can't wait for you to show up in Scranton, that's for sure, because they're going to arrest you, you dummy. They're going to arrest you, you dummy.
I mean, Gary.
There she go again using my name again. See? You see?
You really
You
need
see
to
this,
start
ladies and
thinking
gents?
with your fucking head.
You see this
Stop
here?
thinking with
You see this here? Now, Rev, I'm definitely going after your mother. I'm definitely going after her. I can't wait till they get to that part of the video. I want to see their response with that. Because I'm going to go visit her grave, Rev, and I want to see you stop me.
your emotions.
I want to see you stop me.
Being fucking stupid. No wonder you have such a big police record.
I'm gonna write a letter to Santa Claus.
I don't have a police
You're
record,
not getting
dummy.
any presents, Shanny.
This is great.
You don't leave people alone.
I will
Why
leave a
have you
message,
not
but I'm
learned
blocked.
that in all your life? You're from
Woman's
fucking
stupid.
Jersey. You would think so.
The irony of G-Man being upset because someone blocked him in a live chat. Now I want to just take the time to let the irony just sit, just let it settle, let it marinate, the irony there, just wafting, let's take just a few seconds. Okay, there we go. Irony, G-Man, irony.
No one from fucking Jersey would learn to leave a motherfucker alone.
Wow, listen to that mouth. Man, I just went to the bathroom not that long ago. My toilet smells better than her mouth. Sounds.
Or are you that suicidal? Do you I mean, the alarm goes off, and they're gonna shoot you in the fucking head. And
There goes that threat again to get shot in the head. That's the third time I think she's mentioned that.
you know what? If you get shot in the head for being a fucking dick to someone, I'm not gonna blame that person for
I'm definitely gonna show that to the police.
shooting you in the head. I'll congratulate them. Good for you. You finally took us out of his fucking misery.
You see that, ladies and gents? I gotta show that to the police
You don't
now.
have to pull his
This woman's
fucking
stupid.
toxic bullshit.
Let me
on
give her a
anyone else
downvote because
ever
she needs
again.
it.
Thank you, person who killed him because he was an asshole. Thank you.
Oh man, this is great. This is great. This is great. Don't forget,
I
Rev.
like hearing those
Don't
words,
forget, Rev.
Damien.
Don't forget, Rev. Never underestimate the power of the
You push me
handicap.
away that
Hey,
much
hey,
that
hey,
that's how
Rev.
I feel about you?
Hey, Rev. Never underestimate the power of the handicap.
I just don't give
That joke was so good back when In Living Color was on. He decided to resurrect it twice within the span of a few seconds. So congratulations, G-Man. Back when Jim Carrey was known as James Carrey, and Jamie Foxx was brought on as a youngster, and people knew who Damon Wayans still was. So thank you, G-Man, for that blast from the past.
fuck if you live or die.
This woman is stupid.
Can y'all imagine living next to that?
Hey, Rev.
Use people.
Rev, I might take a leak on your
You
mother's
use
grave.
people
Hey,
and
hey, Rev, just because you and your little criminal Bonnie and Clyde wife or whatever tried to play me and whatnot, I might go take a leak on your mom's grave. I might. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I might.
for herself, but you still asking motherfuckers for money. Am I asking any money from anyone?
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Time out. Time out. Donate here. PayPal. Donate here. www.paypalmeshannon719. This woman is stupid.
No, you are shitting for herself. And here I am giving it you, you stupid dumbass.
This woman is so stupid. It's not even. Do you see me begging for money? Okay, so let me go down here real quick. Oh, here we go. www.paypalmeshannon719.
Another that stupid time you tried to go and steal fucking
Oh man.
hack into my fucking account.
Nobody hacked into your account, but if you keep talking about that, I might actually try to do it. You dummy. I'm too computer illiterate to try something like that. You dummy.
out and pay your fucking electric bill that you turned off.
Oh, this is
Or I
funny.
turned off and
This
tried
is
to turn
gold.
it back
This is
on by
gold.
using
This is
his
gold. This is
fucking
gold.
credit card number.
This
That
is
was pretty
gold.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like a federal offense, but you know, you got to actually prove something like that because I never did that. This is funny, man.
That's a federal offense.
Shanny, how much do you weigh, Shanny? I'm just curious. How much do you weigh?
He's been in jail.
Shanny, I've never been to jail, you dummy. So how much do you weigh, Shanny?
Yeah. Let the dead bury the dead.
Whatever you say, Yokozuna.
Is she there?
Whatever you say, Yoko.
It's like he's not left the 90s. Like it's so weird to hear all these 90s and late 80s references. If you weren't a wrestling fan back then, Yokozuna was like a huge fucking sumo wrestler that would participate in the WCW. If he said Rikishi, that'd be a bit more relevant, but still, like that's it's so strange that like his brain is in stasis from that time period. Maybe that's where some of his best years were. I don't know.
Tugboat. The Blob. Yes, I do.
He doesn't know.
Yes, I do. I got pictures of it. I know where it is. And if you don't stop using my real name, I'm going to start telling everybody what your mama's name is and where she's buried.
Yeah.
That's entirely his prerogative.
You dummy.
I am sovereign individual.
I'm definitely like a sovereign. I'm definitely a sovereign. Rev's mom's dead. I can't be threatening her. His mom is dead. She's never coming back.
Admit that you're gonna do desecration to a grave in public.
Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. The
Please.
blob is telling me to admit to something.
I mean, he admits to doing one crime over another.
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you guys?
Ain't nobody gonna listen to a lying pothead like you. Ain't nobody gonna listen to a lying pothead like you. Yep, so go ahead, keep talking.
He gonna piss on his mother's grave. You idiot.
You know what?
Man.
You know what?
You
Don't
know
worry
the
about it.
karma you're collecting
It's
right
not.
now?
It's not like you can do anything about it, Shanny. You want to know why? It's not like you can do anything about it because you're too lazy to hop on a plane and go to PA and go look at the house. I'm dying for you to do it. I'll bail you out when you do, by the way. I'll bail you out because I know what they're going to do when you show up back over there again. I already know.
You know, people are watching you just spaz
Wait, so he has
out,
bail money now?
dude. I mean, you could do the right thing and go to the hospital.
Wow, she's talking about me going to the hospital. Woman, you was the one that tried to commit suicide because your ex-husband cheated on you with your best friend because she looked better than you or smelled better than you or cooked better than you or whatever she did better than you.
I doubt any of those are actually true after seeing many pictures of Angel.
I want to see what she says about
Stop
that.
bothering people. You know, I think
She actually doesn't look better than Shanny at all.
Talking about somebody needs to go get a psychiatric evaluation. Aren't you the one who's diagnosed as being bipolar?
Damien, this is your breaking point. I think
No, it
this
isn't.
might be
I'm
your
doing this for
wake-up
fun.
call. This might be the time.
This is not a wake-up call. This is a time for you to go and take a shower, to go take a bath, to wash your body, and to go lose some weight.
And where you finally realize that there is something wrong with you and you need to get help.
I think you need to go take your own advice.
And you've been hurt. And the more shit you say about me, G-Man,
The more stuff I say about you, woman, well, actually, tell you the truth, I'm just repeating what came out of your own mouth, to be honest, because you're the one telling everybody what you said. Hey, Shanny, do me a favor. I'm trying to learn a new language, Shanny. I'm trying to learn a new language, right? It's not Hebrew, but maybe you can help me out with this. Tell me what I just said when I say this and whatnot. Can you tell me what I actually just said, please?
relevant you're gonna be.
Okay. All right. that like none of these jokes are funny. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I've I've heard some terrible jokes. I've heard people try to be funny on the internet. G-Man, you suck at that. Just stop. Like, you are not funny at all. Like, it is like you were kind of funny. Like, maybe I don't know where we are to that 2 hour mark, around maybe around an hour 10, hour 20. You were landing some hits, but now it's just like it's not even fun. It's just kind of sad. Like, you understand that you're upset, but at least be funny. At least be entertaining. You know what's also like not funny? I came across a video. What's this cat's name? I'm trying to Sky Out. That's who. Yeah, it's Sky Out. And so Sky Out decided he wanted to do a comedy hour. And that's what like this is reminding me of, the Sky Out comedy hour. And I'm trying to find, here we go. Let me see if I can, let me play a little bit. Okay, he made 2. Oh God. So let me, because I told him I was going to, I don't know if I want to dedicate an entire review to this, but I'm going to play a little bit of this for y'all, okay? Now, this is the idiot that I had on my channel a few days ago, and he was on Raging Atheist channel. Now, this is a comedy skit, a Christian comedy skit, with him pretending to be someone else, presumably homosexual because of the lisp or something and the references to anuses. So, enjoy.
This is a Sky Out comedy hour show where we do the Christian thing, and we go out and we do the Christian thing, preach them the gospel, and we pull someone from the streets, and we invite them to be a guest on the Sky Out show. This is the comedy hour show. This is the Sky Out comedy hour show. We do the gospel thing, and we go out and we pull someone from the streets and to be our guest to read our cue cards. And we got someone today as our special guest, and we have Darren. Darren, would you like to introduce yourself? How are you doing today, Darren?
I'm doing wonderful, Sky Out. Sky Out had me come on the show. And quite frankly, I've seen his debates. And they're nothing worse than a dog's anus.
Well, you're not going to come on my show and make fun of it, okay? I just want you to read the cue cards. This is the Sky Out Comedy Hour show. I just want you to read the cue cards, man. Please just read the cue cards.
Well, quite frankly, you're the one who want me to come on the show. And to read your stupid cue cards. You've seen me and my husband. And you want me to be a guest on your show, and quite frankly, your show is awful. It's nothing more than when a big cow is in the wilderness and gets lost in the woods and can't come back, and it just has to sit there. That's the equivalent of your show. It's just pointless.
Well, you're not going to come on my show and make fun of my show and tell me my show is pointless and call my debates pointless.
Well, honey, trust and believe. Nobody loves your debates. Okay, they're just nonsense. I mean, I've seen your debates. And they're just nothing more of when I ate bad food and I had to go to the bathroom. It just ends up in the toilet.
Okay, you're not going to come on my show and make fun of my show and call my show toilet you know what. Obviously, it's nothing like that. People love the show. I just want you to read the cue cards.
Well, okay, come on. You guys don't like Christian comedy? This is premium Christian comedy. I am 2 seconds from putting my own dick in a blender, listening to him pretend to be some incredibly effeminate fucking dude that he picked up off the street for whatever reason to do a comedy show. Do y'all kind of get the feeling that Sky Out's like 17 years old, incredibly overweight, like no siblings, and lives in his mom's basement? Does anybody else kind of get that feeling just from the echo and the fan behind him? Does anybody else feel? Maybe it's just me, but I feel I feel bad now as a parent for only having one child, because it really sounds like this kid doesn't have anyone in his life. Like this is just sad. I'm not. I just like, this is bad. Like and I listened because he actually has another one. This is the re-upload because he had one that lasted an hour. It lasted an hour. He's not overweight. He just doesn't breathe too hard. He's probably skinny, bounce base. Maybe. Like I don't like. There's just some maladjusted young adult out there who refers to himself in the third person and is really, really, really up his own ass. Stream should be fine. I don't know. Y'all stop stealing Walmart's internet. Stop taking Walmart from Starbucks. That's the problem. It's just knowing Garden funny, Lieutenant Stephen Hawk. Yeah, no, like this is so you get to decide who's worse, G-Man or Sky Out, because neither of these guys are funny at all. I just like, this is just sad. So he's the Charlie's L not for precept. Yeah, that's true. Evidently of comedy as well. But oh shit. Was it that bad? Shit, we dropped some views. We dropped a lot of folks. But actually, no, maybe the stream actually did drop for some folks in certain regions. I don't know. Let me actually check. In the meantime, while I check the stream, I'll play some more of this for y'all. Because why not, right? This is Christian comedy. You have to appreciate it.
But there's nothing here. There's nothing but dribble. I mean, what is here on your list?
Could you just please read the cue cards? I mean, what's next? That's it. I just want you to tell me what is next on the cue card. I'm trying to do the Christian thing here. We pull someone off the street to be our guest. They don't want to be on camera. And we pull someone to read our cue cards. We're doing the Christian thing. We don't really know this person, and we want them to just read the cue cards. Could you please just read the cue cards?
Well, there's just nothing but dribble and just nonsense. What here? What's this? What's hit? Number one says Skylar fiction. What is a Skylar fiction?
You don't have to worry about what is a scholar fiction, okay? You don't have to concern yourself. There's no objective standard to a scholar fiction, and you don't have to worry about what that scholar fiction is or a subjective standard about what a scholar fiction is, because you are not part of the show. Okay, this is the Sky Out Comedy Hour show. Okay, it has nothing to do about you knowing what a scholar fiction is, and he is not. You don't have to. Just please, what is next on the cue cards?
You just said it. You just Skylar fiction.
Okay, do we have an audio clip?
How am I? I don't know. How am I supposed to know that we have an audio clip?
Okay, yes, he is talking to himself. This entire comedy out. When you know that you're sad, you know that you've reached a low point in your life when you're doing this type of thing, and you're not funny. You don't actually have like any real content or structure to what you're gonna like be funny about, and you are completely alone. Like that. There should be three things that kind of indicate that you're probably a loser. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. It's not even funny. Like I can't even try and be generous or charitable with just how not funny this. It's almost as if you have to try hard to be this unfunny. I found the funny antimatter. Like I don't know. I found the anti-funny. If you wanna like get off of hard drugs, just force people to listen to whatever it is that he thinks he's doing. But like you said, this is ironically funny because he's inadvertently admitting he can't handle people not following what he has precept cue cards. Well, you know what, Nico, that's a good point. That is a good point. Maybe this is just like cathartic for him. Maybe the effeminate like co-host that he has is his way of acknowledging that no one really considers him like an actual person. Like I don't know. Like maybe there seems to be some weird catharsis involved here. I would think this is my armchair psychology. I don't know, but I just see a sad, lonely young man that is in desperate need of some attention and love his mother obviously did not give him. Maybe she did. Maybe she gave him too much. I don't know. It could be either. I'm just saying. I have to come back to the stream. Maybe it was JD NSA. Yeah, yes, JD does have NSA. Which you know that Shanny still believes that, by the way. For those of you who didn't know, Shanny actually believes JD Kane works for the NSA. That's not even me trying to be funny. That's actually very serious. Why she thinks that it was a joke, and she took it seriously, and he told her, no, Shanny, I don't work for the NSA, and she goes, that's what an NSA agent would say. So yeah, that's yeah. G-Man also thinks that it was a joke around the dinner table, and he said, yeah, I work for the NSA, and I know what JD does, but it's not working for the NSA. But we'll keep up the charade if they think that's that's part of the conspiracy that they'll put forth when something happens to their channel. I don't know. So anyway, have I tortured you guys enough? You guys suffered through 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Do y'all want some more? Who wants some more of Christian comedy via Sky Out here? Because that's painful. That's really painful. I don't know what this icon thing is here with the it kind of You think so, Bruce? Detroit Red Wings? A little bit. I can see that. Few more minutes, folks. Few more minutes. Come on. We gotta do this.
You invited me. Am I supposed to know these things? You said read the cue cards. I read the stupid cue cards, and quite frankly, your show is nothing more than when my cat urinated all over the table. It's just disgusting. Okay, you're not going to come on my show and call my show disgusting. You don't even know what the show's about. And basically, I just want you to read the cue cards. Okay, you read the cue cards. Do we have an audio clip of Scholar Fiction? How am I supposed to know that, Sky Out? You tell me that. Just play the audio clip of Skylar Fiction. Do we have an audio clip? It's right in front of you. Do you want me to play the yes? Just press the button. Please press the... Do we have an audio clip? I just want an audio clip. And, okay. Thank you. Please.
He agreed to work for fellow Israelites for a limited period of time to pay off the debt or to...
You can't even fucking hear Skylar.
But because God brought the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt to serve him alone,
Okay, he turned him up. Now it sounds like Skylar's talking out of my asshole. Thank you.
As was the case in the rest of the ancient Near East, permanent slavery is permitted only for a Gentile in subjugation to a Hebrew.
So that was your Skylar Fiction.
Well, thank you for the audio clip. I mean, Scholar Fiction's always talking about slavery. And he's got praise. This is the clip of Old Testament endorses slavery by Scholar Fiction, Dr. Joss versus Jill and Praise. And this clip is just remarkably he crushes Praise and Jill. I mean, quite frankly, how many times we're going to talk about slavery? I think they should have talked about slavery in a more in-depth conversation of what it really means. As far as
okay, I had to stop it because it's absolute bullshit. When Skyout says he wants to talk about a topic in depth, you know he's full of shit. For one thing, I don't think he can spell the word depth, but it's just okay. I think we've been tortured enough. Don't you agree? So hopefully, in comparison, that'll make G-Man's non-funny tirade here that much more pleasing because it's not as bad as Skyout. See what I did there? See what I did? I set it up so that everyone would suffer, but then now this is the relief. Hearing G-Man's unfunny ass will help you digest whatever it is that he thinks he's saying here, and we can get through the rest of this fucking video.
Man, and being irresponsible with money. I'm not going to give you a house if you're irresponsible with money. You failed.
What did I just say? What did I just say?
The test.
What did I just say? Because I don't speak idiot. Can you tell me what means? Because I don't speak idiot. Maybe you can help me.
Sorry. I know it sucks that you failed the test.
Nobody wants that raggedy house. But anyway, Shanny, listen. That house is the worst house on the entire block.
Someone look up the definition of forced laughter.
That's beyond stupid.
But see, if you didn't react the way you did,
Nobody believes a word that's coming out of your mouth. All you do is lie. When you speak, diarrhea comes out your mouth. I'm not listening to nothing you got to say. You are a liar.
Dickens, yeah, he wanted that raggedy house.
Know just how much of a liar I think you are? I trust Dragnet more than I trust you.
No, you don't.
Not getting the house. Like, dude, like, you need a calm.
Anyway, so listen. She's sitting here talking about this is the end of me. Shanny, let me explain something to you. I'm doing this on my sock account on my Mark by God channel. When it's time to go on my real channel, I'm not even gonna be thinking about you because you're irrelevant.
No, like go to the hospital, G-man.
You're not even relevant.
It's like because you're spazzing out over shit that really shouldn't fucking matter.
Jenny, I'm not spazzing out. Why is there so much sexual? What's this here? Let me see. Hold on. Right, I want to say something to me. Hold on. Why is there so much sexual tension between? Why is there so much sex?
So this was a fine section here. When I caught him like trying to pull me, and I'm like, well, you know what? Hey, you probably can't see it, but I'm asking a question to him, and it's, why is there so much sexual tension between you and Shanny? So, because in the past he said that there's been some sexual attraction towards him and I because I review his videos. So I said, hey, you know what? I'll return the favor to him, and this is me asking him. And so he pulls it up in the middle of chat. Which I wonder if you could send people pictures on there. That'd be interesting. I'm gonna try it later. Anyway, so this is his response to me asking why there's so much sexual tension between him and Shanny.
Tension between you and Shanny. Oh, trust me, Rev. I'm sorry. Trust me, Drag. There is no sexual tension between me and Shanny. That is all Rev right there. Trust me. I can do a whole lot better. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't really believe that.
I'm sorry.
I don't want that house, Shanny. I told you before. You can take the house. You can go get the biggest lube of Vaseline you can find. You can lube that entire house. Turn that thing sideways. Bend Rev over and shove it up his candy behind. I don't want it. You offered me it. I was poor and happy before I met you, and I'm poor and happy now. I am not miserable, and I can't wait until your husband, your ex-husband, the one that you will leave Rev like that for, gives his side of the story. I can't wait, because I know what I'm going to do. I got a really funny parody video coming about you, woman. Trust me. So you can act like you're doing something now. Just wait until I get time.
You could have been like, Rand, dude, I did the same analysis to you. And you failed the fucking test.
So anyway, she can't translate. Can somebody please tell me what that means? Because I don't speak that. And I know she does.
Completely flushed you out, dude. It sucks, you know? And you know what?
I don't care what you got to say, Shanny. The bottom line is this. You and your...
Did he really just make fun of Shanny stuttering? Did that really just happen? Did we really just hear that? Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't tripping. And whatnot, and like, and.
Criminal husband are mine when I get money to get a lawyer. That's all I got to say. We're gonna see how tough you two are then.
Just because you're called out, just because you have this load of embarrassment on you, and
I don't have no embarrassment. I'm real 100% of the. I'm like this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not ministry we're talking about. This is me actually having a little bit of fun. Shanny, everybody on YouTube knows that you're boring, and the only reason I'm even bothering even talking about you right now is because you won't shut up about me. So keep talking about me because we know you ain't got nothing else to talk about except for tomorrow, wakey bakey time for me to destroy my lungs.
Everyone knows the truth about you. You're obsessing about a woman you never.
Wow, it's amazing how this woman knows so much about me and is saying like, oh, the G-man, you're obsessing about a woman you don't even know. Woman, what you?
Okay, so I just got a message from somebody saying that they have a clip of Shanny saying that she wants to dance with me to Shaggy's song. She wants to see what I'm working with, and she's going to make that booty pop. No.
Need to do is make sure that man isn't going to kick you to the curb in a year or so, because the last man actually did kick you to the curb. How did that feel? Because that's never happened to me.
Ever physically met, and you're getting involved with a woman you never.
I'm not getting involved with you. I find you to be physically repulsive. What the heck are you talking about? And Rev Kid did a whole lot better. You need to go take a look at some of his friends that was hitting on him. They look a whole lot better than you. Now, Rev, if you can hook a brother up, that'd be great, man. You know?
To go and shut yourself in for your delusional psychosis. And I'm not trying to be snarky with you or make jokes with you. I'm being serious.
You mean like you were being serious earlier?
You can't keep treating people.
Let me see something here.
I'm just like, so how on the one hand are you going to implicate me in some scheme with G-Man and then go, hey, I wanna do some dancing with you, and I wanna see your package. Like, I'm not against that, but don't fucking like piss on me and then like offer me some pie metaphorically later. No, I'm not. Like, am I fucking stupid? No, Shanny, no, nah. You're not gonna do that. No. You have to get in my good graces for that first. Now, I will say, I was not opposed to smoking with Shanny. I was actually not opposed to that because I think it'd be hilarious. Because I've been smoking with Cap Massimo. It doesn't get much weirder than that. But no, Shanny, no. That is something that only me and the most homoerotic men in the community can do. No.
Hold on a minute. You mean when
he was
wow, I was raised by wolves.
Muslims.
I remember when you said all of this and whatnot, right? So, come on, you ain't trying to be funny. Woman, you need to go get psychiatric help. That's all I know.
Keep doing this to yourself and exploding.
Shanny, when you see the parody video I'm going to make about you, and by the way, I still got that Petty B video you did with Miss Star about your boobs. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with that soon. Between that and my rap I'm going to make about you, woman, trust me, you ain't in a position to say nothing to nobody.
Every single time this has to end.
This has to end. Woman, I never dated you. I never wanted you. You have video after the G-Man, my boyfriend. G-Man, take me out on a date. G-Man, today's my birthday. Can we please go out? I hate being alone. You did all of that, never me. You won't see one YouTube video, not one, with me saying, wow, Shandy's kind of hot.
And I want it to end. Won't be able to they won't even allow you to keep my name in your videos or you'll go to jail with a restraining order.
If I'm going to jail.
So hold on, let me hit it back. Let's see if you guys can see it. This shit on. All right. So if you look at the top right, you can see that I sent him another message and I asked him, is Shanny going to jail? And so I don't think he appreciated it because I think he ends up leaving the conversation after I asked him because he was just talking about this. She's going to jail, and I'm like, all right, so she going to jail? What's going on, man? What's up? And so he didn't like that too much.
Or you'll go to jail with a restraining order.
If I'm going to jail, do you want my phone number right now so you can call the police? Because I would love to get you in court. I just want you to lie on under oath. I want you to lie under oath. That way, when you do that and you realize this ain't a game no more, you're gonna understand the seriousness. It's the seriousness of this. And by the way, when I do Atheist on 3 or any other rap that I do, you know what, Dragnet? You acting stupid right now. Time for a timeout, dude. Seriously, let me get rid of you. See you later, dude.
You're gonna get a cease and Accept the fact that I want nothing to do.
Jenny, I don't want nothing to do with you either. Trust me. I don't want to smell you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to do none of that stuff. Trust me. And I think I speak for most of the planet too when I say that.
Do with you.
All right, so he didn't like me asking if Shanny was going to jail, but since G-Man did mention parody videos, little blast from the past that somebody shared in the Discord. If for those of you who don't remember, this may look a little unfamiliar for many of y'all, but this is when G-Man decided he wanted to do parody. Now, I've done parodies of G-Man. I've done parodies of True. I think I've done parodies of Sister Cherry. But this is G-Man doing a parody of Bionic Dance. How many of y'all actually remember that? This is a blast from the past. So while we're talking about doing parodies, we're talking about people dressing up as women's. G-Man's quite a fan of that himself. Let's watch, shall we? Watch out. I know y'all can't wait.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. I just want to talk about Bionic Dance and her claim about like rocks being atheists. I mean, how stupid can you be? Rocks cannot be atheists. They don't even have the capacity to think. Rocks are inanimate objects. We can't even consider rocks to be something along that magnitude. G-Man, I have such a crush on you, but you're still a chowderhead. Let's do this. I don't know, guys. I think that Bionic Dance might be a little mental. I think she's starting to believe that rocks are atheists. Macaroni and cheese is atheist. Dressers are atheists. TVs are atheists. Next thing you know, we'll be talking to her. She'll be telling me that crates are atheists. But anyway, she's just crazy. G-Man, you're such a chowderhead. How many times do I have to deal with you on this topic? Rocks are atheists. They have a lack of a belief in a god or a gods. Macaroni and cheese has a lack of a belief in a god or a gods. I mean, why is that so hard for you to understand? Refrigerators has a lack of a belief in a god or a gods. Even the cat in your kitchen has a lack of a belief in a god or a gods. So, G-Man, you need to go back to school and understand this stuff. Just saying. So I think it's safe to say that Bionic Dance is a little mental. Macaroni is not an atheist. Neither can a rock or crate or even this box here can't be an atheist. These things are inanimate objects, and I think Bionic Dance needs to really consider her position here on YouTube so she can stop looking like a fool, like she does on her channel so much. And until next time, guys, this has been another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries, telling all of you to read your Bible and. Okay, stop it right there, G-Man. Stop it right there. I think we've heard that enough times, and we're sick and tired of hearing that. The fact of the matter is, an atheist is a person, place, or thing, I think, that has a lack of a belief in a god or a god. And you need to just get that through your head and accept that your God is an imaginary fictional character, even though we don't have any proof for it. And if you ever become an atheist, why don't you give me a call over here over in where I'm at. And G-Man, this is a little friendly advice. Stop running on automatic and then please still think.
Anybody kind of creeped out at the end where he was starting to kind of hit on himself there? Like this, like the rest of it was kind of sort of funny. All right, he's trying to use an effeminate voice. It's a parody. Like, it's always at the ass end of these where it's like you give that character a little too much character development. You slipped into that a little bit too easy for me. I'm just saying, like, you're trying to court yourself with what exactly? You gonna go off and you gonna turn yourself out? Like, I don't like what is the result of that, G-Man? I don't know. You know what? I'm pretty sure people have turned themselves out, but this would be a first for me watching someone do it on YouTube. But hey, maybe that was just a phase in G-Man's life. I don't know. Was that Spoken's wife? No. That's mean Thallow Blue. That was not Spoken's wife. This was not the Backyardigans. Okay, this was not. This is not Barney and Friends. This was not Transformers Beast Wars. That was not Spoken's wife. That what we just watched was the least human. Okay. Anyway.
Like, for God's sakes, accept.
Do you know what the word God means, Shanny? Because I've seen your Bible studies, and they're really, 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 really bad.
They're fucking back.
Oh man, God. She ended her stream. That's good. It's about time. Let me make sure she actually ended it though. Doesn't have a bad connection.
Tried to be subtle about it.
So anyway, I'm done listening to this dummy. So anyway, oh man, this is great. This is great. This is absolutely great. How come my camera's not coming back on? There we go. Let me see something. I probably got to turn the volume up before I can do that, right? I could be mean, but I'm not going to do it. I got my times when I'm going to be doing this. Trust me. So anyway, Shanny's going to go get a restraining order on me for Denver, Colorado. So please go ahead and do that. Please. Definitely do that. And then after you...
Maybe it's just me, but like what's with the bullhorn? Like I learned how to project my voice when my balls dropped a little bit, and then I kind of perfected that when I joined the military. But the bullhorn just seems excessive. Like I think so. Some guys get trucks. Some guys, get expensive jewelry. Some guys go into careers that not too many people go into. People have different ways of compensating. Methinks that G-Man's way of compensating is a bullhorn. That's just me. I think that the bullhorn represents the man that he wished that he was. It's loud, booming voice. It commands attention. That bullhorn represents a lot, something that he lacks. And because he can be loud by himself, which is interesting, but he just lacks the bass that you would find in, a man at 40 years old. So, I don't know. And yes, if some of you have caught on to him just kind of copying me, I'm the best father figure he's ever had in his life, so it shouldn't be a shock.
Go get that restraining order. Can you go take a bath? For the love of God, take a bath. All right? So anyway, I want to listen to some more of this because this is comedy gold for me.
They've tried.
I don't want your house. Okay? Because they're getting ready to condemn your house, you dummy.
Like, really, dude? And then you're like, oh, I have the receipts. I
do have the receipts. And eventually you're going to give me my money. And I'm not going to be nice about it when it happens. I'm just enjoying all of this. See, the most precious part of this video is that I'm going to be able to prove that you lied to me when you said your husband wasn't going to be able to take the stand. Your husband is in his full capacity, and I'm very happy to see that. So if he can dish it, he better be ready to take it. And when I eventually go to do my little thing at the cemetery, I hope you don't get offended. And I don't mean in Pennsylvania, because I'm in New Jersey, okay? I can't wait to show you how serious I am.
Saw any inventory receipt or anything. I don't care. I'm just being honest.
So anyway, Shanny keeps saying that I don't got no proof or nothing again. So now that I know that she's watching, let me show her this because again, she's too lazy to bring her roly-poly behind over there and whatnot. So let me show you guys something here. All right. Let me show you how Mr. News kept his house.
Now, if some of y'all are wondering about the thumbs down, I know who they are. I've alluded to before. I know exactly who watches my streams, even when you're on soccer accounts. I see everyone's names, everyone's accounts. So there's quite a few interesting folks who say they don't watch my channel, Veckel, and others, who are thumbs downing the video. So I mean, it's interesting, but if you're going to be clever, at least be smarter than the person who's running the stream. I'm just going to throw that out there. Just saying. So, yeah, it depends. Nephilim Free, hey, how you doing, buddy? On both of your accounts on here. So if you're going to at least do that, don't do it on accounts that I'm aware of, because I see exactly how long you've been watching. How do you think I know how much loyalty points people have? Come on now. It's fun. For those, and that's just for those of you who are wondering. That's how I know. It literally, I have a list. I can click and look at it right now to see how many people have been watching, how long you've been watching, the total loyalty points, and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, man, Nephilim Free, you've been watching my shit on a few accounts, my man. That's weird. Huh. Standing for Truth, that's cool. You and your fucking sock accounts. Of course, G-Man's on there. So, yeah, but that's just a little FYI. If you're running this setup, you can see exactly who's watching your stuff. So.
Okay. This is some of the damages that was done to the roof and whatnot. That is no longer there no more. Okay. Shanny thinks she's talking to Ms. Star. That's the problem. Now, let me show you something else here, okay? This is a very important part to what I'm talking about. See, these two forms are the forms that she claims was not on the house, that said that they was going to condemn it before she told the neighbor I had permission to go in the house to cut the ACs off and make and do all of the things that I'm doing before I got power of attorney. This is just 1% of what I have. 1%. This woman don't know who. This woman doesn't understand who she's messing with.
So how many people think that he doesn't understand how percentages work? I just something tells me he has like maybe 16 photos, and that one photo is 1 out of 16 total photos that he has as evidence. So just we're gonna throw that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You may not understand how percentages work, because if that photo is 1% of your evidence, G-Man, if we're not counting anything outside of photos, I doubt your phone has that much memory. But anyway.
She's about to learn why all these atheists don't like me really soon. She's about to learn.
I don't care if...
Because she's about to get the Zubby treatment in a minute.
Fucking old. It's fucking old.
And according to this dummy, nobody knows where she lives too. Please, Shanny. I was standing right there next to the police officer when you told him where you lived. Okay? So nobody plans on going to your house. I just want to know where to send the lawyer. That's all.
Fucking bullshit.
Wait, hold on. I'm so confused. Okay, now that the G-Man comedy hyena laugh hour is over, we're back to something that I'm genuinely confused about. So he wants to know. Wait, he said that he needed the week to get the photos and paperwork in order to send them to me. He might go back to the house and get better pictures. I'm not sure. Okay, here. Okay, let me take glasses off, folks. Okay. I'm so confused as to what he thinks is going to happen. Like at this point, if you're sitting there too wondering why would you send a lawyer to subpoena her? Well, why would you send a lawyer to do that? There are actually people who can sign up they're affiliates of the court system in that area or that district, and they submit subpoenas on behalf of the court or on behalf of the individuals who are acting as the acting on behalf of those who are suing someone else or are doing whatever, or it's submitting a restraining order, what have you. There's a name for those people. I used to work with one at Lowe's, and that was her side gig, is that she would go and subpoena people. She actually had a funny system where she would pretend to be like pizza guys and shit like that. Like she would actually wait for people to order pizzas, and then she would roll up and and then give them the subpoena, because they knew her, and so she had to come up with more and more. She would tell these stories about creative ways that she would do that. But anyway, like I'm baffled. I am baffled as to how he thinks the legal system works. Like I know that he can screw up chemistry and biology and whatever and physics and stuff and things and stuff. But law has always been one of those Nate's career safe. Law has always been one of those weird areas where he will go out of his way to assert some of the craziest scenarios that you have. Actually, is interesting because I usually don't have my TV on cable, even though I'm fucking paying for it. And I think I think Judge Judy's on right now. Actually, I don't know. I'm waiting for them to turn and look at the judge. But yeah, so I know a lot of his information comes from shows like this. Now this is the People's Court. I'm sorry. So I know a lot of his information comes from that. CSI, Law and Order. I know he's not actually picked up a law book or gone to one of the websites and looked up laws in Colorado. Hell, he said that he was going to call CPS on Shanny because she was smoking weed in Colorado. It's been decriminalized, my dude. What are you gonna call? You gonna call ICE on her next? Like, is she not from here? Like, it's just, I don't know. Like I want him. This is because if you actually look at some of the other messages I was sending him, I wanted to have a hangout with him so he could sit down and explain to everybody what he thinks is going to happen. Because I'm genuinely lost. I have no, and I'm not, this is not me being funny. I have no idea what he's trying to take her to court for. For what? Because previously, in part 1 of this 4-part series, what are we at, part 3 now? I don't fucking know. He's going to take her to court because she gave him a house, she reneged on it, and now she owes him for repairs that he voluntarily did to the house. I have no idea. The law school of private stinky pants Von Helm. Yeah, fucking private shit pants, shit stains. I guess they went to the same law school because I don't know where. You know what? I'm guaranteed somebody stupid like fucking Spoken gave him this stupid ass idea to troll his dumb ass. Because I've seen him give legal advice in the chat. I'm like, you listen to the worst motherfucker in the world on what's what, not actually looking into anything. Meanwhile, he's upset when some of us get together, me, Sokka, whoever else, and we all sit and we all start, chopping it up and talking. What? Okay, if we in Bizarro Land, what could actually happen? We say, you know what? We got him. We know a motherfucker. We got somebody. Let's call Nate. I get on my phone. Hey, say, bruh, why don't you come and talk to us? And so we explain what's happening to Nate, and then he makes a little video on it, and he starts talking about squatters laws. He starts talking all kind of stuff like that. He goes and he goes on a website. He goes to the same website G-Man, all of us have access to. He goes, okay, here's how it works in New York City. Here's how it differs in New Jersey. Here's what G-Man's allotted. Here's what Shanny can do. And so G-Man's upset because now Shanny is privy to what she can and can't do as far as the law. Now he doesn't like that because now we're giving her legal. No. Anybody could look this stuff up. He could look this stuff up, but he didn't want to. He just wanted to guess based on what he saw in People's Court one day. But that's my fault. That's Nate's fault. Everybody's in a conspiracy against him. All this other bullshit. Everything other than I am incompetent and lazy, and I'll believe any motherfucker on the internet because they agree with some of the other stupid shit that I say. That's it. Like, it's crazy to me. And then he gets mad when he gets hemmed up, and people point out, man, that was stupid. Well, guess what? You did and said stupid shit. So someone's gonna say anything? Come on now. What the fuck is this? Somebody sent me something.
I'd love to go to Louisiana, dude. We go down to Houston and visit fucking Drag. He owes me a dance anyway to Mr. Boombastic. I'm not kidding, Drag. I want to dance with you to that song. Even if you've been a torrential asshole to me, still want to dance to you to that song. Why? I fantasized about it for a long time. I think it would be very fun. Exactly. I want to dance with him because I want to see what he got. And by the way, baby, boo boo, draggy poo. Don't be worried and thinking I don't know how to be dancing, because I know. I know. I know how to pop the booty and the booty go pop.
Rev don't look too happy.
It's not about sex, it's about dancing, dude.
What the fuck? Rev talking about sex? Okay. Okay, so that was the clip from earlier. Rev don't seem too happy about that. I don't think he knew. Shanny gonna throw that ass in the circle, folks. Come join us. The Boom Boom Room on Westheimer. I don't know what to say. I'll tell you what. If Shanny makes her way down here, I will give Shanny one dance. If she makes her way down here with Rev's permission, and she makes it down here live, you know what? I'll give her one dance. Just because. You know, like that's Shanny gonna throw that ass in the circle, folks. Gonna drop it like it's hot. Make a holler for $1. Do some things for some change. Oh my goodness. Okay. So all right. Let me get back to what I was doing. Look, I hung out with transsexuals before, so I'd like it doesn't like here's me, folks. Here's me. There are certain folks I really wouldn't be caught around. But if you don't take yourself too seriously, even if you're a little crazy, if you don't take yourself too seriously, I don't mind. It's the people who take themselves way too seriously, have their heads way up their ass, that I kind of have an issue with. It's like there's just certain folks that have, like, even Shetty's bipolar. Now he got me calling her bipolar, borderline personality. She can drop the histrionics and probably have a good time. That's fine with me. That's fine. That's what matters. So, yeah, that's okay. So that's out there anyway.
Old people, it's getting fucking.
It's getting old. It's getting old. Everybody, go out there and go get high. Smoke her dildo that she has right there. You know what I mean?
Old.
Go smoke her dildo.
Something tells me he doesn't know what a dildo is.
My suggestion is to dump G-Man out of your...
So anyway, let's talk about Chafee the Odd. All right, let's talk about him for a little bit and these false accusations that she was raped, which she clearly never was. I'm gonna say this again. Chris never raped Shanny. Let me say this again. Chris never raped Shanny. Let's say this again. Chris never raped Shanny. Shanny has friends that she talks to that none of us can actually see. They're small, they're blue, they have like white little hats and white little slippers and whatnot. I think they're called Smurfs. They're the ones that told her in a dream that somebody raped her. Nobody touched her, trust me. And I can see why he didn't want to have sex with you. I mean, have you looked in the mirror? I'm just saying.
Okay, so that allegation has been out there. I asked Mom about this because when I heard it, it came out of left field, and I'm like, I don't know, I wasn't there. So, Mom has expressed skepticism about this particular claim, but honestly, nobody, like, how, G-Man, how would you know? Like, just, even if Shanny has a loose relationship with the truth, it is what it is. You weren't there. None of us were there. So, honestly, on that, it's best just to reserve judgment until there's evidence for it. That's honestly the best position to take, even if you're mad. I don't care for some of the shit that Shanny's been saying, but I'm not going to go, you know what? I'm just going to just say it because it is what it is. No, you don't know, G-Man. You have no idea at all. And that's not even cute to be like that. Now you mad at her. You didn't, because she actually was sexually assaulted. So are you going to also deny that one? So like what? So what is the standard here? Because if it's evidence, then sure, reserve judgment. But the one instance where it actually went to court and there was evidence for it, are you going to deny that one too? Did the standard change? Because I know you. Standard changes based on whenever you feel like it. If you need a narrative to be, well, fuck that person. Well, in your case, I don't know what ad lib you would choose instead of fuck, but whatever children of your mindset use, f that person or screw that person, whatever. Then you're going to ignore the evidence, just like you do everything else. So probably best to not even approach that. Probably not even best to do that, because if somebody says something like that, one of your relatives, where something happened to them, you'd be hot. It's like, is that necessary? I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's, I honestly don't think she should have put that out there. But it is what it's Shanny. It's Shanny. So I forgot what I was going to say something else. Anyway, whatever.
You're right, dude has to think because I have borderline personality disorder.
Because I have borderline personality disorder, because she's borderline and she's bipolar and she's all of these other things and whatnot. You're right. You're absolutely all of those things. And you're calling me crazy? Shanny, let me tell you something. Nobody is ever going to get owned as hard as you're going to get owned when you actually get off your couch. Actually, you know what you need to do? Maybe you get a little bit of soap and water, put it underneath your butt, get off of your couch, go buy a plane ticket to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Fly to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Then use your cane, because we know you can't do it under your own recognizance, and actually use your cane and walk to the nearest Uber. Get in your Uber. Do it as fast as you can. Drive to your home. Then go in there and go, oh my God, he fixed my house. Oh my God, let me call the police. And then you're going to call the police. They're going to say, ma'am, are you the one that called us all this time? They're going to put your arm here. Shanny, don't resist it, okay? They're going to take this arm and they're going to put it over there. They're going to read you your Miranda rights, and they're going to arrest you.
Okay.
You have no idea how many different laws you broke, woman. But
this is when I tell you guys, G-Man has a tell when he's lying. This is what I'm talking about. This is a lie. Okay, Dragnot, how do you know he's lying other than G-Man tends to lie? You caught that on your own recognizance. Yeah, man, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to leave it alone. When G-Man starts making claims against someone and they are fairly nondescript lies, and when I mean nondescript, I mean him saying that you've done something in this realm. There's some malfeasance somewhere, and he is not specific, but he states that there's like a litany of things. Of course, he's not going to say litany. There's a list of things that you have done, supposedly. There's a multitude of things. Him not naming any of them is one of the key factors in me knowing that he's lying. Because if any of y'all go back to any of our discussions, it doesn't matter what it is, go back to any of our recent discussions. When he says that I have taken a position and there's lots of evidence for it, or I've made a statement and I've said many statements like it, I always follow it up with, why don't you give me one of them? Because I know what positions I take, I know what I've said, and I know when he's lying. So having him lie to me so often, I picked up on his style of lie. This is G-Man's style, the nondescript fucking accusation is what I call it. This is G-Man lying. He knows he's lying. Because I'll challenge him to actually provide the laws that Shanny broke. And I will delete this entire fucking video if he can actually provide me a law that Shanny broke. Because I know he can't. He knows that he doesn't know any of the laws. You wanna know why? Because he said he didn't know the fucking law. That's why he was waiting on a lawyer. So, on the one hand, he's not familiar enough with the law to really have any legal proceedings take place at this moment in time, because he needs someone who speaks legalese and who's familiar with the legal system, hence the money. But he knows that she's broken these laws at the same time. Something don't mess up. Hold on for a second. You know, but you don't know. Hold on. Huh? He's lying. G-Man's lying again. But he's in the flesh. It is okay. It is okay for G-Man to lie when he is in the flesh. Let me air quotes. In the flesh. That's what he calls it. When he gives himself a pass. When he absolves himself from the sins that are, or what is it, the breaking the 5th commandment, I think it is. He knows, he premeditates some of these lies. He already knows what he's going to say, to a degree. He has an idea. This just kind of comes out of that. Because challenge G-Man to substantiate this, and you will watch him flail left, right, and center. And when called out on this, oh, you've lied too. You've told, yes, absolutely, G-Man, but not as, flagrantly as this. People, you know what? If my wife says something wrong, I say, no, I'm fine. I don't want to start an argument. Absolutely. But just to have these bald-headed whole lies that, they're just out there, like that's pitiful. That's absolutely pitiful. And yes, I use bald-headed hoe as an adjective. I love bald-headed hoes too. If I say it long enough, the non sequitur show will fucking put on a t-shirt and sell it. But it's crazy to me that he thinks that people don't pick up on this shit. And me of all people, of course I pick up on this shit. I know when you lie. Why do you think that when you say shit like that, I always follow it up with a question? You think I just do that? No, because I know that you're lying. And that's when I press you. I said, okay, and I'll ease up. I said, okay, he's not going to admit to lying now. That's fine. It's not in your character. She'd be like, you know what? That was bullshit. I'm gonna just stop. Because I would actually respect you more if you did that. You say, you know what? I was just saying shit. I was just mad. That's fine. You know what? It happens to everybody. It's not a problem. I got you. Probably not like that. I was like, okay, I know you bullshitting. But where else could I go with that? If you just say, hey, I was just mad and I was just saying shit. You know what? You cop to it. That's more important to me. But no, you got to perpetuate the shit. You got to keep the lie up. And then you have your little flunkies. Oh, G-Man's not lying. Okay, do you know what laws she broke then, Mr. Supplicant? Well, there are lots of laws, and oh man, I need to walk my dog. It's just like, come on. Like, who are y'all bullshit? Y'all are trying to be more clever than people who are way smarter than y'all. Now, again, I can put my head up my own ass, but it's not just me. There's way people here. There's just tons of people here, way smarter than me, way smarter than me, who can spot this bullshit. Way smarter than me. The problem is when you think that you're outsmarting them folks, and it's like you have a certain scheme how you do things, and everybody's humans are creatures of habit, so it's easy to pick up on it after a while. You know how much G-Man content I've consumed over the years? A lot, unfortunately, a lot. Almost as much porn, almost, but not really. It's not nothing to be proud of, but damn it, it's true. But shit, if you really want to try and be clever, at least switch it up. At least make the lies a little bit more creative. At least keep it more condensed. But this, man, it's not working for you.
You'll know soon enough. Trust me. You'll know soon enough.
I survived as long.
You never was raped.
If you keep continuing,
you never was raped. You are a liar. You defamed Chris's name. You are a liar. And you cheated on your husband by having phone sex with Revelation News while exchanging nudes of his private part. You want to know how I know that, Shanny? Take a guess.
Fucking trigger the fucking feelings, dude. Because
so anyway, so she's getting angry now. Let's
you don't give a fuck about anyone else's feelings. Why should I give a fuck about yours?
Yeah. So what you gonna say then and whatnot? You lied about being raped.
I fucking care.
You never got raped. You are a liar. You made up that sob story so you can get that dummy that's laying next to you and whatnot. And that dummy, like me, believed your nonsense. The only difference is he married you. I was smart enough to stay as far away from you as humanly possible. So you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You'll notice this is not being done on my main channel, which is what you really want, Shanny, because tomorrow you're going to go back to having 1.5 viewers watching you, not giving a snot about what you're talking about.
Feelings, G-Man. I'm a woman who's gone through fucking...
You ain't a woman ain't been through nothing. You're nothing but a spoiled brat who tries to get her way all the time. You're lazy behind, don't want to get up and go work. All you want to do is get high and smoke weed and play video games and lie on other men about what they did. You are pathetic and you are a disgrace. That's what you are, Shanny. So here's the thing. Stop saying that, Chris. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you keep doing it, I'm going to do a fundraiser for him. And I'm going to get him a lawyer. I'm going to do a fundraiser for him, and I'm going to get him a lawyer. I'm going to make him take you to court over that stuff. Because you keep talking about it like...
Oh, man, he's mad. What is with this? I'm going to take you to court bullshit. Y'all know what I've been waiting on? Y'all know what I've been waiting for a while. I've been wanting something for quite some time. Some of y'all asked me, hey, Drag, I heard you talking about this. Why don't you put it on your Amazon wish list? And I'm like, I'm just, I don't really buy things for myself. I don't really get things for myself. I get things for my family. The last thing I got for myself was this computer here. That's because my laptop's honestly a piece of shit, and I wanted to have an actual gaming PC. I've actually always wanted that, and I never got it. So it was a Christmas present to myself that my credit card gave me. But there is, and Isabella, I'm about to get into that. There's something that I've really been wanting recently, and maybe some of y'all can help me out with that. That is, where are my fucking lawsuits? I've been waiting, like he's been for the last 3 years, he's been telling me that he's going to take me to court, and I'm gonna get a lawsuit. And I think I'm at lawsuit number 7, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to court. Like I got a pretty good suit. I'm trying to lose some weight to fit it a little bit better. But I want my goddamn lawsuits. All 7, 8 of them. And Shanny's being expedited. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. And Chris is now being he's being thrust into this recently. And, now he's going to do a fundraiser for Chris when I haven't gotten any of my lawsuits yet. I don't think that's fair. I don't think any of that is right. And I feel like I've been slighted in some way. I take this as an affront to me as a person because I was told on several occasions that I was going to jail. And so, physical jail. And I've been preparing myself mentally for this event. And it is yet to happen. What's supposed to transpire outside of YouTube in order for me to get this going? Because we sat and we watched the 911 call where he literally got so upset, kind of like how he is right now, and he called 911 on me, which much to the chagrin of fucking what's his face, Antonio, where we were watching it live and laughing. I thought it was just sad because that didn't actually amount to anything. But the fact that we were laughing at it and laughing at him being literally this angry, that was the highlight for Antonio, because not the fact that someone was literally trying to put me in fucking jail, because that you can look over that. But G-Man being upset was the highlight there, and I have to really ask myself that the fact that I had to verbalize that to Antonio really makes me question his mental capacity. Because we joked about him being slow, but I'm just gonna repeat it. The fact that I had to reiterate that this motherfucker literally tried to put me in jail is not really funny. It's actually quite sad and insulting. If you really if you were just to tell someone, hey, someone got mad enough on the internet that they called 911 live and tried to really just try to put you in jail because they were upset, they would think that that's shitty. Like, this is, that it's just, Bruce, I'm not into that field, so there's little my degree can do for what ails this guy. Unfortunately, I was a psychology major at one point that I learned that I can't put up with this. But it's so weird because these are the same folks who swear up and down that you need to agree with their bullshit. But it's like, if you are that slow, I'm sorry, you can't tell me shit. You can't tell me a goddamn thing. Not nothing at all. But I'm still mad. I'm still a little upset. What you need to do? You put that over here? Huh? Is it? I don't know. Where's the pen? You interrupted my stream. It is more important, but still, I got that. That's not a pen though. Oh, look at my book bag. I don't. You got a pen? Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I still want my lawsuits. Where are they, bro? Why haven't I been subpoenaed by someone? Why hasn't my cousin shown up and said, hey, I gotta arrest you, man. Sorry. You're not gonna make it to the baby shower. When is the baby shower? I lost. When is it? It's next month. Okay. You're not gonna make it next month to the baby shower. You gotta go to jail. This guy on the internet, physical jail. The guy on the internet, GM from New Jersey. He made some allegations against you. He said, you touched him in his no spot over the internet. You got to do a blood test because he pointed at you angrily, and he wrote out this weird diatribe in crayon on construction paper, and he mailed it to us. And so now we are obligated to go out here. And so they said that it'd be fitting, since we're related, that I come and arrest you. Because reasons. That makes about as much sense as him taking Shanny to jail over that house bullshit. About as much sense as that. That's. Like, all bullshit aside, like, this is fucking retarded. Like, I don't know how I still got caught up in all this, other than me just laughing at how stupid both parties are, and that I maintain that position. All y'all are fucking stupid. All y'all are stupid. That's Dragnot's opinion. I don't want that fucking house. I've never wanted that fucking house. I don't want to live on that side of the United States at all. There's a reason I spent almost $8,000 to move away from that area. Why the fuck would I want that house, G-Man? So, if you look on a map and you see where Pennsylvania is, you'll notice that Maryland is right there too. It's literally right there. It's like we've been to that area. Like, to fly out of there very often. I mean, or to see Beyonce in her case, whatever. No, I'm not in leagues with fucking G-Man. No. Do you think that he'd be crying that I make fun of him if I was in league with him? You think those are fake tears? No, he's really up at 4 o'clock in the morning making videos because he's upset. I'd make a video in the middle of the night because I got to piss and I can't sleep. So, yeah. I mean, that's... why do you think I watch ASMR videos? Ain't got shit to do with YouTube. It's just, that's a part of being a veteran. You just can't sleep. Hey, by the way, fucking Xavier, how are you doing? Speaking of can't sleep. But like it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that this is even happening, but it gives me something to talk about. Like it's it's funny because if I wasn't talking about this, I might do some reviews of DSP or fucking what's his name, Wings of Redemption. Why not? Like they are actually. I probably would not do Wings of Redemption because he actually has improved and he actually has goals outside of YouTube. I probably do DSP because he's a man child. What's the day? Where's the dance with? Okay, so actually, speaking of that, Fiona, so you're not the only one who's mentioned that. I might make that like a donation goal or something because I noticed that Monty and Hannibal and others stream like I think Doc Savage and Omni also have a donations goal where they do something special. So I might do the Pikachu suit thing when I get the donation thing set up. So I don't know. I'm honestly not a huge fan of that. That Pikachu suit in the closet somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Not too thrilled on that. Just gonna be honest. What I was gonna say. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to this video. I think it's just him menacing this this I don't know what you want to call this. This is this is G-Man being serious. Only if he took his marathons as seriously, he might actually do better. But I don't know. Let's listen.
You can prove it. Okay? I'm G-Man at the end of the day. This may be my Mark by God channel.
Von Helton is now. Hold on. So I was going to do some reviews of Von Helton. Von Helton deleted most of his shit, and ended up now he's doing diecast, fucking little. What's it called? Hot Wheels. There we go. He's doing Hot Wheels reviews and shit like that. Like it's not the crazy stuff anymore. So that takes all the fun out of it. So he's reliving his childhood.
Make no mistake about that. And when he tells his side of the story, woman, I'm just gonna wait for. I gave that man the best time of his life. Oh, I had the time of my life. I did everything for him. I changed his underwear. I brushed his teeth. I was unfaithful with Rev. I had phone sex with Revelation News.
Fucking hell and back. And
So tell me, Shanny, how does it feel to go around telling other men, I'm sorry, by telling your gullible YouTube audience that you was raped? And how many of those audience members actually believes your claim? I would like for you to take a head count and see how many people on your channel believes this man raped you. You want to know how nobody is taking you seriously? Everybody knows I'm just bugging on here and I'm just venting right now. You know what I mean? That's all I'm doing right now. But this is an everyday thing for you. This is an everyday thing for you. That's why I'm doing this on Mark by God. I probably should have did this on GTV. To be perfectly honest. You don't got nothing to say now, do you?
I'm sure the police will love to see the video of you admitting of you stalking me and making copies of.
Wow, it's illegal to make copies of documents. Wow. Whoa, I gotta look that law up. Let's see something. Let me Google up. Is it illegal to copy documents? No! Oh, what do you know? Woman, let me tell you what is legal. Let me tell you what is illegal. Telling people that you are their employee and you not paying them. You are not in a position to threaten me, nor do you scare me. I, on the other hand, am going to own everything that you have if you don't start thinking before you start speaking. All right? It's not just me, too. I mean, your ex can actually sue you for slander for saying that he raped you when he never did anything like that. If he can prove emotional damages, or maybe he lost his job, or something like that happened, he can actually sue the both of you. That sounds like a YouTube video that it needs to be made. Maybe I need to start talking about women who don't get their way, who want to lie and say that they've been raped like you do, Shanny. See how I can go from goofy to serious just like that? Don't worry, Shanny. This video is going on private afterward because we don't want everybody to know that you're a liar, that you're the type of person that would lie on a man and say that you got raped when you didn't get raped. The man probably never even had consensual sex with you because he found you repulsive. Now, why don't you go back to being therapist Shanny again? And let's hear what you got to say this time. So let's hear this here.
Our personal.
Let's see something here. Hey, she ended the video. Finally, it's happened to me right in front of my face, and I just cannot have it. So anyway, that ponage felt good. I'm gonna hear the end of it later from the Christians on YouTube, but it's all fine. It's all fine and well. I ain't gonna lie, that felt good though.
So you do know that you're gonna be receiving a rebuking, and you just kind of disregard that. That's something that's interesting. That's wow. Yo, Drag, can you explain how Shanny's behavior is going to result in G-Man winning all their stuff? You can't connect that? Oh, I can tell you. It's very easy, Lucas. It's bullshit. G-Man he doesn't know how to retaliate against what he thinks is an unfair situation. So, in his mind, see here's let me start over, or just backtrack a bit, okay? Making copies of people's personal information, there may be some illegality with that, especially if it's put to use. We'll put it like that. There's reasons why there are protections now for people's identities and things involving that. Now, I'm not going to speak as to specifically the laws in Pennsylvania because I've not sat down and read those laws concerning private information and being privy to them on no uncertain terms. I did want to say that it's interesting. He knows that he's in the flesh. He's not going to actually try and stop or mitigate what he's doing. So that kind of doesn't bode well, because let's say if he wanted to steal from someone, right? Well, I'm just going to be in the flesh. I'll know that I'll be rebuked later, but I'm just going to go ahead and steal something. Like how far is G-Man willing to take that? But this is small. This is something small, but just him rationalizing the evil that he can do in the moment with, well, I'll just be forgiven later. That's a scary thought. That is a scary thought, you know? That's a really, really scary thought. And I think people should pay attention to that, because if I sit down, I go, you know what? I could do a really mean skit about G-Man and his ex-wife and his autistic daughter. It could be really mean, really distasteful. People are going to give me shit about it, but I'll just apologize later and go ahead and do it. Like that would make me a shitty person. Like if I know it's already bad. Or I could just be a decent human being and go, you know what? That's not right. That's taking shit too far. The backlash isn't really going to be worth it. Just let me not do it, right? Most of us would, if we already came to that conclusion, we wouldn't follow through with it. But G-Man's the exact opposite. He's going to do whatever he wants to do, and then he'll use religion later to absolve himself from responsibility. But then he wants other people to join him in something that's clearly immoral. Because I would love for him to point out the scripture that it's definitely not eisegesis at all. Definitely not. I want him to point out the scripture where you know that you're doing wrong, you know that you're sinning, you know that's a problem, and you don't make the effort to stop it, and you just rely on being forgiven later or rebuked later. And that's okay. That's the preferred avenue. I'm pretty sure the Bible didn't work that way. Now, I'm not a biblical scholar. I'm not going to profess to know any scripture that says anything like that, but that's the interpretation that I get from his actions, as much as he likes to interpret other people's moral fiber and stuff like that and whatnot from behavior and whatnot. But that's really interesting when you sit down and you think about it, right? Like, what other stuff could you absolve yourself from if you think like that? I'll just break in somebody's house and steal their TV. I might get caught later, but I'll just apologize later. It's not a big deal. I'll just lie and, get somebody arrested because I don't like them, but I'll say some Hail Marys later. I'll just, molest some rosary. It's still wrong. I know it's wrong, but you know what? I got religion, so that's cool. Do you really think you're being a good representative? Because this is literally G-Man admitting that he knows he's doing wrong. Like, he can't unring that bell. That's exactly what he's talking about here. I'm on the flesh. He knew he was wrong. He knows it. He knows that he's going to be rebuked for it. So there's no excuse, but he's still doing it. And so then he's just going to hide it later because he knows he's wrong. It's like when a dog chews up its master's shoe and then tries to hide it because it's a shame. It knows it's done wrong. You done did bad. That's the equivalent of what we're seeing here. But this is the guy that's supposed to be saving people's souls. This is the person that you, I, and everyone else is supposed to emulate, because he's emulating Jesus now. Do you really think people believe that? Do you really think myself and other people who are watching this honestly believe that he's emulating Jesus, or even trying to? No. It has nothing to do with people being perfect. It's a far stretch to say that you expect perfection out of anybody. That's never the case. Anytime that's brought up, that's to detract from the point being made. The point is, you're wrong, you continue to do wrong, and then you make an excuse for yourself so you can continue doing wrong. And then you have an escape hatch so you can just do it again later. Really? Really? And then you're going to question other people's faith and other people's commitment and convictions and talk about law, statutes, and commandments and all that kind of stuff? You really think that people are paying attention to that? Or are they watching your behavior? They're watching what you do when shit hits the fan, when it affects your real life, and they see that your religion doesn't really amount to much of anything. You just use it when it's convenient for you. So why would if I know that I would handle this situation better, why would I adopt your religious beliefs and handle the situation worse and make myself a worse person? No, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing and be a better person. Sorry. Not sorry. So, anyway, folks, that's it. That's all there is to that. So, I don't know why this is still up. So, anyway, yes, that is my background. That is Black Hole Chan with huge tits. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to go and finish watching the It movie with wife, and yeah, that's just be better than G-Man. Like, I don't know what else to say. Just be better than him, because that's sad. That's sad. Just nothing's safe. Nothing's safe at all. And whatnot.